Susan from healthnetnation.com, here today to share another fabulous 4-hour body friendly breakfast recipe with you. Today we're going to make Santa Fe steak and eggs. Let's review our ingredients. We'll start off with 2 ounces of your choice of steak. I'm using top sirloin here today. 3 eggs. You can use any color eggs. It's a common misconception that brown eggs are healthier than white eggs, but it just depends on the breed of chicken actually. 1/4 of an avocado, tablespoon or 2 of salsa, and a couple tablespoons of black beans. We'll top it all with salt and pepper, and we'll cook it in coconut oil. One of the reasons I use avocados so frequently in my recipes is because avocados are perfect for the 4-hour body. They're a nutrient-rich food and they are full of healthy fat. Now, one of the little known facts about an avocado is that it stores most of its nutrients right here between the flesh and the peel. So it's best if you can peel that avocado rather than scoop it out. The key to successfully cooking anything is to have all of your ingredients prepped and ready to go before you actually start cooking. So I'm going to put my salsa together. So to a small bowl, I'm just going to add my salsa, my black beans, and my avocado. And I'm just going to gently mix that up until it's all incorporated. The secret to light and fluffy eggs, and I'm going to give you a little bit of nutritional science here today, is to actually add your salt to your eggs to keep the proteins from binding before cooking. You also want to beat very gently with a fork, not a whisk, and that discourages the proteins from binding as well. Now the third thing that you can do to keep them light and fluffy is to add a little bit of fat, either in the form of half and half, or because we're 4-hour body and we don't do half and half, I add a little bit of the melted coconut oil to my eggs before cooking. Let's prep our eggs. So I'm going to start with a pretty generous amount of coconut oil. I am not afraid of fat. This is a MCT, medium chain triglyceride fat, and it's very healthy. And I don't want it to stick to my pan, so that is one of the reasons I use quite a bit of oil. Now once I add my steak, I want that oil to be hot enough to sizzle. So I'm going to put it in. See how it's sizzling? I know my oil is ready when it starts to sizzle. And I'm going to put that meat in, and then I'm going to add a little bit of kosher salt to it. Now that just helps because kosher salt uses the process of osmosis, and it helps it to stay nice and moist and tender. And I'm just going to let this very quickly cook. Just going to brown it. Once your steak is cooked to your satisfaction, you just take it off and put it on a plate. And you want to let it rest so that the juices can just be absorbed into it. And the way you do that is just tent it with a little bit of foil. Next I'm going to add my eggs to my warm pan, and I don't need to clean it out. I want those flavors to infuse into my eggs. Just keep trailing your silicone spatula right through those eggs until they're cooked to your specifications. Some people really like wet eggs and they would be done right now, and some people like drier eggs and need them to cook a little bit more. One thing that you can do is lower your heat right about now, or even turn off your heat and just let them cook that very last bit without having the heat too high. That also keeps them nice and light and fluffy. My eggs are cooked to my specifications, and I am just going to add them to the same plate as I had my steak on so that they can be incorporated with those beautiful, delicious juices. I've got my steak. Oh, that looks perfect. And then I'm going to top it with this gorgeous Santa Fe salsa. Remember, I've already salted my egg steak, and I even added a little bit to that avocado in the salsa, so all I need to add is a little bit of pepper. Remember, pepper helps with digestion, and of course it makes everything taste super awesome as well. There's no better way to start your day than Santa Fe steak and eggs. To your health. Delicious.